about what's going on, so I will leave you to it.
Ashton will walk up to Ivy and kind of put a hand on her shoulder for a minute.
Still on Ivy's just on her knees, just bawling her eyes out
Yeah,
over losing Zara.
just very quietly, just a hand there, and then he will go and look at the fragment of Talos using his arcane.
Okay. Would you want to identify a bit more of it at all?
Yeah. Oh well,
Okay.
I guess I don't.
Yeah, right now, with just kind of everything going on, you do still sense the divine energy radiating. And, interacting with it of any sorts kind of shocks you a bit, but in your hands is the very thing you were, in a sense, searching for.
Um, he will pick it up, turn to Vandal, and offer it to Vandal.
Thank
Just
you.
quietly looking at Vandal. Yeah. It means a lot to Ashen, but he knows. He knows what the cost was for this.
Yeah.
I'll take that, my friend. And just look with kind of heavy eyes at Ashen.
A breath kind of goes over the stillness, and as you look upon Xerxes' body, his eyes are faded, loss of color, but his urn still twisting with the fire that is very much alive. There's still time.
I think Miles would probably walk up over here and kind of look at Ivy. Say, "You want me to carry his body?"
In between
Outta
like
here.
sobs and whatnot, Ivy will wipe her eyes and be like, "Yes, please."
Ashen will actually summon a Tensor's floating disc.
Sounds good. As the disc kind of, just for the sake of narrative, almost just like a table there for Xerxes, and as the fog begins to clear, you see a path forward, shrouded in darkness.
We better get out of here. There'll be more time for morning once we're safe.
All right.
I agree. It's the logical choice. I'll give a nod to Vandal for his acknowledgement, and then we'll go.
Ivy would kind of just walk near Xeris, kind of just slightly praying as we're walking.
Mm-hmm. You guys walk for miles on end. The fire of Xerxes' urn being a main light source for those that cannot see in the dark. But eventually, you'll make your way to the Forgotten Temple, a simple pathway outside. That was another side entrance. As you make your way out, I'll just open the Swords Coast map for now. It is close to night, I would say probably around 5 p.m. We'll just say that. What are we doing?
Oh. What's the...
Where
So...
where this little square is, right?
Yes, this one right here. Yep.
Oh. So the cape that I got last session, it does let me cast Speak with the Dead, but do they have to be in the water for that? It says waterlogged corpses.
It will sound like they're drowning, but if you would like.
Yeah, I guess I will kind of unattune to my runestone pouch and put on the storm drowned vestment, and
Okay.
I want to cast Speak with the Dead on.
Do you have to attune to that for it to be?
Yes, I do have to attune.
It would take about an hour of travel before that. So,
Okay.
you put that on, and as for the first bit of travel, are we waiting here for the hour, or are we moving somewhere?
I guess I'd kind of communicate to the party that we could, talk to him, seeing what we could do. at least.
I guess we
Or
could
what he would
still
want.
travel for that hour at
Yeah.
least.
Okay. You guys kind of pack up, and it doesn't take too long. I'd say about here-ish, before you are attuned, and you feel the magic begin to kind of coat along your back,
Okay.
and you feel a bit of dampness around your neck.
I guess I would kind of look towards Ivy and Vandal and just, are you okay with this? Before I cast this spell on him.
I'm very questionable about it. I must respect the dead, honestly. But you may do as you wish. I won't be able to be much of help with anything.
This is about as good a place to set up a camp if you wish to assist me, Ivy.
Yes, of course.
We'll do that.
Kind of just look at Vandal, and you can ask the questions, and I'll just relay it to him so he can answer.
All right.
Love table. How Speak with the Dead works is you get 5 questions. The corpse will answer them limitedly, not clear language, but as truthful as possible.
Okay. All right. Then, how would you say, like, casting the Speak with the Dead would work, like,
Yes.
in conjunction with the cape?
As you begin to cast and entwine the magic of your hand with Xeris, at first it is like a wild storm sinking a ship, and then it is met with the scorching sands that is in Xeris's urn. And as it fully converges, you are in a dunes that is storming above. You see Xeris standing alone ahead of you.
Am I still, like, aware of, like,
Yes, you are still
everyone
aware of
around
your
me?
outside.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I would kind of just ask Vandal what he wants to ask Xeris.
Well, I guess the first thing would be, does he want to come back?
Yeah.
Relay that to what I see as Xeris. Just asking if he wants to be brought back to life.
Well, I still got some fight left in me.
I like that answer. Guess the next thing would be, do you care who we have to get involved in order to bring you back?
I would relay the message.
Yeah, we'll just have Vandal and
Yeah, okay.
Xeris, yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted me to clarify.
Yep, no, you're good.
Your lives are at the utmost importance to me. Don't deal with the hag.
All right. Also, do you think the worshippers of Talos would be worthy of help, or worthy of us asking for help?
Well, I would like to be brought back. And if they offer a mean, I would say it's worth the risk.
Right. One thing I'm curious about. How is it on the other side?
Cold.
Okay. Well, one last thing. Are you ready to get some payback?
You're damn right.
With that, the spell ends. Xeris, you see Miles get kind of ripped from your reality. And as he leaves, you are left in this limbo. You see a storm beckoning, coming closer and closer. As for you, Vandal, you hear the caw of a raven. And as you look around, you see three standing over a tree, looking at you. At this time, you begin to see a thread form from the hilt of your blade. And it connects itself to Xeris. You see as this thread that is connected to Xeris kind of splinters and is almost like a timer until it wilts.
I stare up at the crows and I look at them and start to nod my head in silence. I see. We don't have much time. As I say that to Miles, we need to get there soon.
Okay. Do you think we have enough time to rest?
I don't know. As I stare at the thread, how faint does it seem to be?
Yeah, do an insight check or an arcana check.
Okay.
Once you do 20. Okay. As you begin to kind of dial in on this thread magic, it expands, and you see threads of each of your allies as well. Theirs is tight, woven respectively. But then you look on Xeris's and you see strands, even while you're watching it, kind of break. And you hear the tightening of a rope, like the tension about to snap. As you think about what this means, it could mean anywhere from a day to 3.
I relay that back to Miles. We don't have much time. We could rest here for a couple hours, but we really should move before sun comes up.
And I guess we might as well just get to it now and start marching.
So there's no long rest?
I guess we'll just take a short rest.
Oh, just a short.
Okay. With no long rest, you will suffer a point of exhaustion on this journey. As you begin to kind of tread this land, it is more quiet than it's ever been. The snow that blanketed your exit, now breaking to plains as you deal with the rough terrain, and you do arrive. I thought I was up here, if I'm correct, on the road. You get there in record time, I would say about a day. As you hop off, the two cultists at the top of the trials are standing there, looking upon your party. You see the one that Xeris beat with a smile on his face. Vandal, I have linked Xeris to you, so as you move, Xeris will move as well.
Okay.
Whoa!
He teleports.
Oh shit. I haven't experienced that kind of teleportation before.
I guess I would, as we're kind of walking up to the cultists, I'd kind of look to Ashen. And this place look familiar to you?
Yes, this is where I ran into you all for the very first time. And he'll jokingly say, and you decided to be a foil in my own plans.
Yeah, I caught that little pesky hand of yours trying to meddle with my belt.
It's quite valuable. But I am no thief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just keep walking.
Okay.
I
The one
merely
that's
bring things back where they belong.
As you kind of approach, he goes, "Well, this took a interesting turn of events. How can how can Talos help you?"
We're we're here to bring back a fallen ally.
Ah, the one that, of course, embarrassed me in front of my own god. Now I have to resurrect. That is a little rich, don't you think?
Yeah, comedy gold.
I personally enjoy it. And he kind of scans the party in a bit. And Ivy, how much are you hiding kind of your grief here?
Uh, I've like perked up a little bit, but you can tell that I'm still kind of somber about the death.
Okay. He
You know,
looks
Ashton,
around.
Ashton has big wings, so it's kind of hard to see around him.
Ah, that's
Yeah, I'm
fair.
kind of
You
like
And
kind of
sulking in the
cover it up.
back. Yeah.
Well, as he approaches, who's holding the fragment? Vandal?
Yeah.
He looks on the body. And he just goes, "Oh, it's been gone for about a day." And then his attention diverts. And he looks at you in the eyes, Vandal. You see through his mask a scar now on his eyelid. His eyes look at you with a bit of intensity. What do you have?
I'm not sure what you
I did,
mean.
I did not take you for a follower. And he, like, brushes past the body you're carrying and doesn't even pay any mind to it, just kind of moves the boot out of the way. And he looks at you and he inspects you. If you're trying to hide you have the fragment of Talos, be a deception check. But it's going to be a pretty high. Otherwise, he's going to do a or Arcana with advantage.
I'm gonna try to, but it's oh
It's
boy.
quite hard, yes.
can Ashton do a sleight of hand? Does he
What are
have
you trying to
find
sleight of hand?
to take it?
The fragment?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll sleight of hand.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, he sees it. And as you kind of interact, he goes, "Oh, oh, is that what the mirror was showing? A fragment of my god. You've brought a deep gift, and in return, I can do something for you. See, here we are just attempting trials, simply spreading the word of Talos, but deeper within the mountains. There is a church that, if you so wish," and at this point, he's inspecting Xeris more. Kind of almost invasively so. Like into his backpack, touching his urn. His urn burns his hand, of course. "I can bring you to a church where our ritualist can do something to have him be resurrected." And he looks at Ash and he goes, "But we will need an anchor to bring him back. That shard could do."
This shard could do a lot of things.
"Oh. Yes.
I am not so ignorant to the importance of this shard. So I have to ask, what game are you playing?
Whatever game Talos wishes." And he smiles at you, kind of a bit smug like. "What other choices do you have?"
The choice isn't mine. I'll hand the shard to Ivy.
I take it. Just hold on to it very tightly.
"Let's talk. It's about 2-3 day journey. We have to go through the mountains after all. Do you think he can last? Any magic to preserve his body at all?"
No.
I can freeze him.
Rudimentary, but yes, it could work.
I could, but I would need
I
4 hours. Honestly.
What'd you say, Ivy?
I said I could, but I would need a rest, about 4 hours.
Very well. I think if you would allow me, well, truthfully, you have not much of a choice. I will tag along to your caravan and guide the way. While we are moving, simply take your rest and do whatever you need to do to preserve this. Truthfully, I have much investments in this. I am excited to see what Talos has in mind for. As he kind of removes parts of the bandages, a hag infused tiefling. Well, we will become, and he puts his hand on your shoulder, Vandal. Best of friends, won't we?
Don't get too close. If you cross me, I'll fucking kill you.
Ooh, even with your situation, you still have the confidence. Some of our cultists could learn from you. And he just simply goes up and waits at the caravan.
Oh no, they teleported away.
It's
Every
time,
time.
Rabbit.
Oh yeah, I'll apologize to Vandal, but yeah.
It's fine.
We're definitely taking shifts watching that guy, right?
Hmm.
I don't like how he got all handsy with Xeris.
Just inspecting the body. Seen it happen a million
It's
times.
still disturbing coming from him.
Definitely
He's
doesn't look like a coroner.
It's like,
he's
oh,
very cheery when you guys arrive, and like he looks like he's packing up for vacation, not really caring about the situation at hand. He sits at the front and he begins to guide the way. Um, who's taking shifts here? Who's watching? What's going on?
I mean, I will take first watch, I guess.
Okay,
I'll take the second watch.
I'll take third. That's kind of my specialty.
sounds good. As you begin to travel, he's going down similar ways you guys came. Just for the sake of point, it will be on this corner piece right here. So you're going to cut through the mounds. First day kind of ends about here, I'd say. And he's just simply, as you guys unpack and everything, I would say some of the travel for the first watch, he would make some small conversation, Vandal. As everyone begins to rest, he is sitting at the front. I assume you're sitting right next to him.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching
Yeah.
him.
Do you have your sword in vision?
Absolutely.
Of course. He looks at it, and he goes, "The Raven Queen, yes?"
Yeah.
"Oh, you are quite unlucky. See, I follow Talos, and Talos is that of destruction, but yours is the conduit of fate. I wonder what she has in mind for you."
Well, she's already treated me pretty badly in the past. And right now she's giving me gifts, so I'll take what I can get.
I wonder, considering the stories I've heard, those gifts always come with a bit of thorns. Have you felt them yet?
Not yet.
Well, if her doors ever close on you, you know Talos is open.
I think I'm done with gods after her.
Well, if you have another chance. As you finish your watch, who was second?
Yeah. Miles is.
Sounds good. Miles, as you shift and make your way up, he goes, "This is not needed. I will. I wish to preserve the body better than you. I need to see
Well,
what my god has in mind."
it's just precaution, buddy. sure you'll be okay with that.
I have no issue. You seem to be the type of man that checks over his shoulder for no apparent reason. I see
Well.
that fear. He takes his eyes off the road, Miles, and he looks at you, leaning in a bit closer to your face, kind of inspecting it. He goes, "What do you have behind that mask you wear?"
I kind of lean in, like kind of getting closer to his face. And I want to roll an intimidation check
Okay.
and just say, want to find out. And this is
Okay,
at
yeah.
advantage.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta roll twice.
18 is still pretty damn high for the first roll.
Yeah.
All right, 18. He kind of like, you see him avert his gaze, and he like clears his throat, and his posture goes straight as he looks at the road ahead. Your brutish nature will be the end of you one day.
Maybe. But we all have our own goals in mind. I'm sure you can
Course.
understand that.
I think everyone can, to be true. The ride, other than that, is quiet. And then, Ashen, you said 3. You were the third, correct?
Yep.
As you make your
Before,
way.
I'm sorry. Before
Oh,
we
go ahead.
continue, how long is each shift?
I would say 2 hours each. So
You
you'd
getting
be
a long
up
rest
now.
off of this?
Sure, that'll be nice.
Thank you.
So kind. Yeah.
But yes, you'd be up as Ashen shifts.
Yeah. Okay. You can continue then.
Kind of noticing Ashen, you shuffle to the front. Well, you knew about the fragment. Care to explain a bit more?
Ah, yes, the fragment. Ashen will devolve into Thieves' Cant and explain the fragment for 4 times longer than he needs to. So for the next 2.5 to 3 hours, he will deliver a dissertation about the fragment.
In Thieves' Cant, so he cannot understand at all.
Exactly. In Thieves.
Okay.
I guess for Ashley to be Spies Cant, but yes.
Yes. He, like, as you begin to speak, he gets, like, the first 2 words, but then realizes it's all in riddles. And you see a bit of fury kind of build up in his eyes, but he looks back at Xerxes' like corpse and then looks forward and he goes, "All right, I get it." And he just kind of focuses ahead, but
No, you don't. You don't quite get it. You have to understand that there is, and then he'll just continue going on.
yeah,
The
he
whole
just
time, his invisible little mage hand is kind of probing him for gold.
roll sleight of hand.
I hope I make this one.
Yeah, you got kind of cocked the other time. 23.
Yes.
You do find a bit. I would say about 2 gold. He's still a cultist, and they are kill on sight a lot of the times. So, but on top of that, you do find some carvings of Talos as well, and within kind of his backpack, you find a letter that, at face value, as you kind of bring it over with your mage hand, it has nothing to it. But if you want to roll an Arcana check, you can.
When it's appropriate, yes.
Sounds good.
I will talk this guy's ear off. Like it will
Yes.
literally fall off and
Yes.
down the road.
Yeah. He's at this point, as your kind of thing ends, he goes, "I regret asking so badly. Please, if we are ever in the front again together, let's just watch the road next time."
I could talk for hours about the road.
Yep, I know. I've heard it all.
There's quite a dissertation even about
He just covers his
roads.
ears and walks away. All right. Well, anything you guys want to do while camp happens? The cultist goes to bed relatively quick. You see him about 30 feet away from the camp. He simply just lays on the grass and goes to bed.
That should talk. The type of grass you're laying on.
He just, at this point, like, he just puts, like, both his fingers in his ears and just keeps them there until he falls asleep. He will not respond to anything you're saying.
I'll use my mage hand to give whatever message I found to Vandal.
Okay.
Perfect. I would assume I'd be sleeping at this point, but
You'll
Okay.
just get a mage hand in your face with a message.
there you go. Just be like laying on my face.
Yeah. Um, Al, do you want to kind of roll Arcana on it at all? Because at face value, it is blank.
Yeah, actually, yeah. When he when he's decided that he's done with me,
Yeah, he's fully done. You go back to camp, and you're kind of
I rolled the
alone.
Arcana.
Yeah. You sense letters etched into the paper that are invisible of sorts.
I will ritual cast detect magic after he's
Hmm.
after our guy's done. Yeah, I'll ritual cast detect magic. I'll make sure I'm kind of a way away even when I do it. Not like mega far away, but
Okay. Yeah. As you begin to ritual cast and identify this word, you read it line by line. It reads, "When fire falls and is swallowed by the storm, a vessel shall rise from ash and thunder, bound by flame, broken by death, born anew in chaos. He shall walk the path of ruin. 3 shards shall he carry, storm splinters driven deep, one to awaken, one to consume, and one to end. Where he walks, the wind shall scream, and the sky shall weep blood. The flame within him shall hunger, the storm upon him shall rage. He shall not die until the world is made quiet by his scream. Beware the conduit of Talos, for he is not chosen, he is used."
should we take a moment to digest that? And he will tuck the letter away for now. But the minute somebody else wakes up, because he's on the last shift,
Wouldn't
right?
you want to
So
bring the other one too?
yeah.
Yeah. I guess Ivy would also wake up around this point
Yep.
and just walk up to Ashen and just greets him. And just kind of ask him how's the night's been going as I slowly walk up to Zeus' body.
Eshin will use his thieves' cant to attempt to tell Ivy what the letter said, but he doesn't want to say it out loud.
Um, Unfortunately, Ivy doesn't really understand too well. She like maybe might understand a few words from like hearing it from a friend, but she doesn't really understand too much. Um, but at the same
He
time,
will use that. He'll use that actually. You understand a little bit from hearing it from a friend to meet Ashen later.
I
And then
give
we'll
her
talk about the
that's
grass and the trees. Otherwise,
yeah. Uh, I will do. I'll start kind of preparing to cast gentle repose.
Okay. Yeah, that will preserve the body.
Mm.
Okay. As you do
Oh,
this, um, and tap Xeris, you see as his urn was losing fire, it is now in like a stasis. You see some color return to his skin, and he's kind of in this limbo right now.
I just walk back up to Ash and he's like, "Oh, so sorry. You said you wanted to talk. Now be a good time."
yes. Let's walk down the road and talk about that one flower, that wonderful flower I told you about.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I
it
would
was a
love to hear
beautiful
about the
flower.
flower.
They only bloom at night. Actually, it's quite fascinating. I wish you were
Uh-huh.
there to see it. And then I'll just kind of take Ivy away from
Hmm.
where the cultist is and down the road,
Yes,
and
the
then tell.
cultist does not react, so he's still in his same spot.
Yeah, and then as we go down the road, and I'm kind of pointing out all the trees and just using the thieves' jargon when we're a sufficient distance away, I'll tell Ivy what the letter says. and then give the letter to Ivy.
Uh, this definitely seemed really concerning. A conduit? I can only imagine who that would be. Who it could be.
This is this makes this situation complicated. I'm sure you understand. We're talking about conduits and using the mirrors to bring Zeros back. However, it appears that our cultist friend perhaps intends for this to happen because he is of the belief that something else might happen.
Very true. But unfortunately, we don't really have any other options that we know of. Just definitely worries me. Maybe we should wait for the others to talk more about this.
Yes, I can quietly show them around and address them and ensure they're quite knowledgeable about nature and quite knowledgeable about this particular instance, as long as our cultist friend doesn't realize that I'm doing that. I'm quite an expert at this. With that said, if you can run distraction, it would be a very great help.
Yes, I could try my best. I give Ashen a little salute. Just like,
I'll put a. I'll really. You don't. No salutes. No salutes.
nah, whatever. Man. Just, yeah, definitely. As you try to talk to the others, I'll keep them distracted as best I can.
Okay.
That's all.
So are
All
you
I
gonna
ask.
go one by one and wake them up a bit early or something?
Yeah. Ashton
Okay.
will do it. Like he'll wake up Miles, and then he'll want to talk to Miles about the crossbow and how the crossbow, has a, there's an issue with the crossbow, but he wants to take him out to the open to show him that, and then he'll wake up Vendel and be like, Vendel, I wanted to hunt, and I wanted to kind of maybe show you that you're a werewolf, you're very good at hunting, but maybe we can bounce ideas off each other, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And then you get a sufficient amount of way and then share the note.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, while he's doing this, like Ivy sits kind of near the cultist, and if he tries to wake up, just try to strike conversation, just like, oh, just like, how long have you been a part of the Talos Church? Why
Right.
Talos?
Right, right. Yeah, he does, I would say, wake up on the final person that gets woken up, just kind of hearing a bit of the footsteps away from the area. And he just turns his head. Where are the others? Everything everything okay?
But you're like, oh yeah, you know Ashton. He loves to go on his little tyrants about nature and the trees and flowers. So
Roll
we like to
deception
take
with
shifts.
advantage.
We like to take shifts to kind of let him talk. We said deception
That
with
that
advantage.
bird will not ever shut up. We were on a travel for 2 hours, and I heard every bit of color in the forest, hills, and the descriptive nature of each of them. It was exhausting.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you could kind of see why we have to take turns talking to him.
yes, I could see that. Well, I am going to get the rest that I need for tomorrow. Good night.
And then just kind of sit there doing small prayers, just watching to make sure if he wakes up again.
Yeah, he's actually enjoying this moment of quiet, knowing that Ashen is away from camp. He actually falls asleep a bit quicker. Um, but uh, as you guys awake in the morning, it is time to keep moving. You make your way to the middle of the mountain past here, and there's a bit of travel here, just so we're not staring at the Sword's Coast the entire time. You see snow kind of drifting upon these mountaintops, and it is below you is a drop of death, probably like 120 feet down, just straight hills with jagged edges, as the cultist seems high energy for the morning. I did add Ash, and you were just blending into the snow.
Ah, would you like to talk about the snow?
No, actually would not. But I would like to talk about this. And he reaches into the bag to try and find the paper, and he goes, um, um, excuse me, I think I might have misplaced something. As he's looking around, he's going to do an insight check on each of you. Whoever I think it's Ashen that has the. Please do either a
No, no,
sleight of
no, no,
hand.
no, no. I don't have it.
Who's actually holding the note? Because he's inspecting each of you. So
I'm pretty sure Ashton passed it to me.
okay, okay.
So,
Roll a deception or sleight of hand, or just a deception check with advantage, just because it's tucked away and hidden. Do any
man,
of you know where paper? It had no writing on it. Honestly, it was just a journal of mine. Um, do you have any
Ashton,
idea where that may be?
Ashton will pull out a book. Well, I have a bunch of paper. Do you want to? Do you want to? Do you want to write a dissertation with me?
No,
I love dissertations.
I assume you do. No, this paper was a bit more personal. Something, a message of sorts. As he kind of looks around, he rolled really bad perception. Oh my gosh.
Ashen will cast illusionary script on his book
Okay.
and then rip it out of his book and then hand it to the cultist. And it will say exactly what the same letter says. I was like, ah, would it happen to be this message?
Roll deception with advantage.
Deception. That's a.
You got this.
What's the deception skill? Sorry. Is that a
It
sleight
should
of hand
be
or
uh no. So since you're presenting it to
oh,
him,
there
and
is literally deception.
yeah,
Right.
there is a literal deception. Yep.
Sorry, I'm still used to Pathfinder.
You're good. You're good.
That's a good one. I'll roll again since I have
He's
the
rolling
advantage.
countered insights here.
Ah, shit.
Ooh, he rolled a 13. You're so lucky. Interesting. Yes, and he kind of swipes it from your hand. Please do not go around in my material. I would appreciate that. I will be
Ashton will
keeping.
adjust his glasses and kind of give him a look and be like, "Hmm, of
Well,
course. It would only be rude of me."
yes, yes, it would. As the travel continues, you guys can decide. This is kind of an RP moment, if you would like to say anything. Otherwise, we will simply travel through the mountain pass here. He just keeps walking.
He will stop the cultist right here
Okay.
to talk about the stone right here.
Oh, he just is like as you begin to he like first takes notice, but as you begin to talk, he just quickly walks away, and he goes, "Anything out of your mouth that does not speak of Talos directly, I do not need to hear."
Oh, we want to talk about Talos. So
Nope.
wonderful. Wait. You said
Wait, before
you said if I didn't, you specifically said that if I didn't want to talk about Talos directly, but
The
had to
Talos
talk.
tenants. The Talos tenants.
Okay, we'll talk about the Talos tenants. He'll pull out his book. But what are the Talos tenants?
Oh
Recite
boy.
them to me.
Um, there's initiation processes that need to be made before that happens.
Ah, what are the initiation processes?
He just like sighs. But Miles, you said you wanted to do something here.
yeah, I was gonna see if I'd kind of point, or has he looked at my cloak at all? Like, has he like taken any kind of interest in it?
Slightly, but he just kind of right now his main focus is on what that fragment is in Xeris. So he's kind of not really wandering his eyes. He has a very set goal.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe, if because I did take it off of an orc body, right? In that cave.
Yep, yep.
So maybe just kind of I would want to bring it up to him to see if he would know more about it. Just like any like lore on it,
Yeah,
perhaps.
as Ashen is like taking his attention here and you speak to him, he gladly like turns the conversation to you. Yes, it seems your cloak, it might have potentially, if you found it near the shard, it might have interacted with the shard and enchanted a normal cloak and whatever properties were nearby. Talos is a god of nature, that of chaos, though, so he interacts with the elements quite freely.
Interesting.
Has it assisted you in battle?
Uh, no, I didn't wear it for any battles, but it does allow me to speak with the dead.
Oh, interesting. Did you find it on a dead corpse?
Yeah, actually, it was an orc. He had some tattoos on him.
That
He
is
was just
that is marvelous. I wonder, maybe some more personal experiments on the way home. Potentially one of the folk from Neverwinter or Phandalin could do.
kind of grabbed the cloak a little bit and like, I don't know too much about experiments, pal. I kind of like this.
Well, simply just conversation as um, you guys make it through the mountain post, and there's a small break kind of on the exit of this trail on some hills. Anything anyone would like to do here? Otherwise, we can expedite it.
I don't see anything on the map.
Okay.
I might go try to hunt something first too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it survival?
Nature. Or survival. Yeah, both work.
Well,
Yeah.
survival and then a
You
nature.
see,
Well,
yeah. Wow. You see the prey, and, this is the easy part for you, but as you kind of pull back, or as you kind of shoot a crossbow bolt at it, it just darts in a bush, completely weaving the shot. It was a small brown rabbit.
well, I'm going to be upset and return to annoying the cultist.
Sounds good. And then Flop, you said something?
I'm going to look around for any sort of herbs or anything to try to make some more potions.
Yeah. Roll nature.
Yep. I'm going to sniff the air to see if I can find any sort of any
Roll
sort of like
perception with advantage.
yeah.
Your keen senses, huh?
Yep. But yeah, I'll just kind of look for any sort of game trails or anything. Oh, that's
Yeah. Then
horrible.
you. I was gonna say before you rolled, either nature or perception. If you want to re-roll for that nature, you can as well, since Hal did as well. No issues.
Okay.
Nature with advantage if you do not have it.
That's better.
18. Kind of mixing your knowledge of herbs and also your very keen senses, you do find a bit. These are more rustic plants designed to kind of withstand the harsher climates. You pluck a few. One of them has almost kind of a sandpaper feeling to it. Another one is very gentle.
Am I familiar with any of these before?
I would say the more gentle one. This one can be used in any kind of it's almost like a numbing agent, but more of like a aloe type of effect to it.
Kind of grab some of that and like rub it on my hand. Like, oh yeah, this is good stuff.
Just the stuff.
I'll
Just the
just
stuff.
grab a handful of it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you can grab. Well, we'll just say 5 of these plants. And then if you want
How
to
would
attempt
you?
to
Sorry.
mix them using your kit, that would take an hour of work.
Okay. Do I need to do anything for that?
You can roll a d6 for me if you'd like. Okay, a 3? Yeah. So this kind of lessens this potion as you begin to kind of mix it with different herbs and different material you have and put it in a vial and mix it with just, we'll say, water for now. This, when drank, you understand, can let go of the soreness of the body and give someone an additional 5 feet of movement for 1 minute.
Cool. It's like make this. This is not what I was trying to make, but it should do the work.
Yeah. And as you like, maybe say you take a sip of it just to try it, make sure it's not poisonous for other people. You feel the heels of your feet lighter.
It's, makes my feet a little tingly.
But we push forward for the morning. I'm going to use the
Um,
restroom. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask like what the terrain kind of looks like around here.
It's
Kind of like
pretty
looking
rough.
out for and yeah, like looking out for anything I could possibly use as like smithing ingredients.
Not abruptly. If you don't have a pickaxe, probably not, as you do see some copper deposits poking through the ground a bit. Um,
Could I
but to
roll
get them,
strength checks to try and see what I could do? Like
they're,
trying to like.
it would be an insanely high one. Due
What
to, I don't
about
think
Could
like what if I use my giant smite as well?
it would still be high. It would just be easier for that check. The only reason why it's so high is these are rocks dug into these. If you do not
Okay.
have the correct tools, you're kind of just praying for one of them just to pop out.
Like I know what I'm buying when I go back to the town. What about I
in
have a
the
hammer?
interim,
I have a hammer and a crowbar and a crowbar.
I have pittance. You, those will.
You can make a makeshift
I have a
thing if you'd
Yeah,
like.
we could. Yeah, with the pittance. Yeah,
right.
I
Okay.
have to hammer those into stone, so technically you could use those. It's
I
not
have a pin as well.
efficient, but
We could try and make some makeshift thing for now.
Yeah. This will make it easier, but it's still going to be a bit hard due to it just not being the correct tool.
Okay, that's fine. What would you say I could kind of use these materials for?
You could use this on any material or any armor. You could use this on any weapon. Uh, you could use this for a
What
lot of
would the
things.
attributes be, like if I
Oh,
were to
it
use
could add
these?
weight to it. It could add reinforcements to it. It's just kind of whatever you want to make into it. I would say the
Okay,
only thing it wouldn't add would be like stealth benefits or stuff like that.
okay. Well, I'm going to kind of noticing that, and after kind of trying to make a makeshift pickaxe, I'm gonna use a giant smite, and I want to try and mine some of this material while
Okay,
we're here.
you get 3 tries at this. Just a heads up.
Okay, so I have. Do you want me to just make a plain old strength check? And
With
this is with
advantage due to giant's
advantage.
might.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 18 for the
The
first
first
one.
one, it clinks, and a lot of the force is reverberated back onto your makeshift pickaxe here. You get a bit of a chip, but nothing kind of whole yet.
Okay. And I will make my second one. The 16.
16, kind of going away. The crack's bigger, but it's not broken off yet.
All right. And my last one. 18.
18. You get a little as this kind of final one as you slam into the stone. The python just kind of explode out of all the like jerry rigging you guys did, and they kind of just litter the floor a bit. But I would say you get about 5 pounds of copper.
Okay. So that would probably be enough to make like one or two enchantments, or
Probably
like
it wouldn't be able to enchant
upgrades.
like
Yeah,
heavy
upgrades.
armor. Yeah, it wouldn't be able to enchant heavy armor, but it could do like a short sword or a mace or stuff like that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And there are grades to copper, but that would just take a intelligence check.
And I would like to make it
Okay.
intelligence. -1. Let's go. Yeah, let's just do it. Oh. An 8.
It's hard to tell, but just kind of using your just common sense a bit of just it being on a trail that was somewhat easily passable. This is copper that is easily accessible, so it could be anywhere in the low grade to medium grade level.
All right, I'll just kind of put that in my pack for now. Is this like
Sounds
an
good.
actual item that I can put?
You could put a custom item of just 5 pounds of copper.
Okay.
But all right, I am going to go use the restroom real quick, and then we will continue.
Who wants a copper sword?
copper swords. I just happen to have a dissertation on how ancient cultures.
Right, right. Spare me with that.
All right,
With
it's
that
your
said,
turn to listen to him this time.
I'm kind of just giving it like a
yes.
deadpan stare towards Ivy.
I'll look at Miles for a minute and be like, I can give you a dissertation on making rabbit stew.
How about you give me a dissertation on how to make proper mining equipment?
Well, as he inhales, we have a hammer, we have pintons, and we have sharp equipment.
All right, I'm back. So, you guys rest. Obviously, take your turns. The cultist sleeps about, again, 30 feet away from the camp, but you guys do eventually arrive. As you make your way to the edge of this forest, you see paths intertwining, rough gravel, and a church that seems to be almost overtaken by nature. But inside, you hear the chants of, if you can recognize it, primordial. The cultist kind of brings you in here, and you are in front of a sermon of other followers. You see tieflings, you see shifters, you see bugbear, you see all types of people aligned here. Talos invites any who follows.
My cloak kind of react in any kind of way as we approach here?
Not too much, no.
Okay.
As I walk in, carrying Xerxes' body, I'll look towards the cultist and just say, "Remember what I told you. You try
Oh,
anything,
yes,
I'll fucking kill you."
I remember. Just, you say I was a bit handsy, I heard you. These people will be far more than I was. Be ready.
It's very hesitant to walk into the church. Just, I don't think we can do this. Talos goes against everything that Lord Nereus is for.
We can stay out here if you want.
I just slightly nod and just, I'm sorry that I can't be of more help here. And I really stand right next to him as the rest just continue on.
Kind of look at Ashen, kind of just telling him you might want to stay in there with Vandal, just in case things go sour. Just give me some kind of signal if I need to get in there.
I will nod to Miles and I will cast alarm at the ground, specifically to alarm Miles, and then I will instruct Miles that when he doesn't feel the alarm anymore, that's when things have gone south.
Okay, yep.
And with that, can I just kind of prepare to use my Frost Ruin, like just in anticipation?
Yeah, just have it ready. Yeah.
Yeah, so it won't cost me anything to activate it.
And I'm going to leave Miles my scroll of Misty Step.
Okay.
Ivy probably could use that, but
I still have the scroll of invisibility, if I
Correct.
remember.
well, we'll keep it. That's
Yeah.
very good for you.
As you begin to approach, I assume just Vandal and Ashen are making their way in?
I think so.
Okay. They take notice of you instantly. Please walk slow for this. The cultists around, the first 2 or to 4 don't do anything, but as everyone begins to fully realize, whispers of primordial begin to echo around. You hear Kav Zuku, Northal Vex. You hear a bit more, and as you get closer to the front, their hands begin to run across Xerxes' body. And it looks at you, or they look at you, Vandal, and go, "Thank you." You hear another. Say it. Vaktu Kamor Zeris. They say his name. And this cultist here begins to. The one that brought you in approaches outside. I am not here for a fight, he's whispering. But we need the anchor to his resurrection. And I sense that fragment with you. You can lie to me if you must, but understand without that anchor he will come back, twisted. It is your choice.
I assume we'll be getting the anchor back after this.
It is whatever Talos wishes.
When we're out of the cultist earshot, kind of
They're all
whisper to.
they're all listening, but you can whisper, yes.
Yeah, I'll kind of tell Vendel that Ivy has the anchor.
I'll whisper back. What do you think we should do then? We don't want him to be corrupted.
Eshin will give Vendel a pat and then kind of look at the cultists. And he'll just take a moment to look around.
You see a few cultists crying, and they don't seem to be crying in harm or negativity, but overjoyed. Please roll a perception check. 19, that's really good. You hear one of them say, "The prophecy is here." Another one, "Is this the one scorched in sand?" All of them seem like they have been waiting for this for centuries, though many of them look only roughly a couple decades to, at most, 7 decades old. But the one cultist at the door speaks, "The anchor."
Eshin will hold up his hand for a minute. And then just quiet, please. He'll whisper to Vendel and say, "We're doing exactly what we want these cultists to do if we bring him back to life. We don't know how Zaris is going to react to this. But we're gambling, and I just do not know if we have a royal flush or if we only got two of a kind."
Do you know of any magic that could make it in our favor?
This is beyond me.
We're gonna cut back to Ivy and Miles here as he steps out, kind of putting his hand. "What is the decision?"
Kind of like look towards Ivy. If you want, I'll bring the shard in there and I'll be right back. But I feel like whatever might come out of this might end up better for Zaris if we let them use the shard. And I promise you, I'll slay each and every one of them to get it back, if it comes to that.
We just prefer you to stay safe. If this is for the betterment of Zaris. And I just hand over the shard to Miles.
Cultist kind of reaches out for it. Not in an intrusive way, but just excited, but pulls back once Miles grabs it.
I'll bring it to whoever needs it.
Well, the head cultist, and he kind of opens the door a bit and points to the altar, is there. Follow your friends. Just be ready for curious eyes to watch you as you walk up. He
I
stands
look
back.
at Ivy one more time. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be okay.
Do you want me to
As
walk slow
you-
for this?
Yeah, yeah. As you do this, the first cultist, now expecting, like, grabs your wrist in which you're holding it. How do you respond?
Can I, like, how strong is he trying to grab my wrist right now?
It's more of like a desperate grab of, like, trying someone not to run away, like they're trying to see it for one more second.
I kind of just yank my hand away, and I kind of
Cle-
hold up with the hand that I'm using to hold the shard. I'm just putting it to my chest, to where they
They
can't
all
grab
are,
my hand.
yeah, they're all looking at you with anticipation. Others take off their masks so you can see their full face. Many of these people are very young. Those that were crying now fall on their knees, thanking Talos. As you make your way to the top. I, I, I see. It's him. The one at the back end speaks. You see her, lightning scarring every bit of her face, and she looks blind. Cataracts completely fogged, but she's looking directly at you. Her robes are tattered, scarred with lightning of only you can assume. And as she puts out her hands, you see some fingers missing, others completely burned off. And her hands are with a subtle tremor. It is time. Bring him, bring him.
And I just hand the shard over to Ashen, and I'll go back outside.
Just, his headset died, so he's gonna be right back.
Okay.
As Miles hands it over to him, I'll kind of nod over to Miles.
Like as Miles comes outside, he just sees Ivy's just a little bit further from the building, just praying. Just. Anyway.
You feel, I wouldn't say a warm embrace, but the acknowledgement of your God watching. It is not cold, it is not negative, nor is it disagreeing or accepting of the events that are about to happen, simply just a spectator like you.
Just like I'm sorry that my friends are doing this in my view. This is his wish, and I do not wish to interfere, not my word. But do you know I will continue to aid in whatever suffering may come? I'll just continue just like that.
The embrace leaves, but the feeling of being watched does not. Vandal, feel free to move up and speak with the cultist if you'd like.
As I bring Xeris's body into the center, kind of near the altar there, I'll kind of gently place his body down and stare at all the cultists with a pretty concerned face as I kind of have my hand ready near my blade at all times.
Of course. And yeah, you'd have to place him here.
Okay.
As you do that, you do watch as this cultist is very invasive, stripping the bandages off of the hand that now exposing the hag's hand. And yes, you can. By the way, Miles, yes. You see them kind of rip away at Xeris's clothes, and as the shard is brought up as well, I assume.
Yeah.
Or are you holding that still? Okay.
I'll be holding on to it, but I guess I'll hand it over to them at this point.
Okay. You see them treat that with almost like looking upon water after being so almost in a drought for weeks on end. Like this is the first drink of water they've had in forever. And as they look upon the shard, they scrape the sharp end into Xerxes' chest, circling it around his heart, and they place it on its side onto Xerxes. Blood from this cut begins to circle around his heart as well, but you see the infusion of lightning trickle through. We must begin the ritual. You two, you're his friends, correct? I assume? It's time. You must join us. For if you need your friend's life back, you must endure.
Shin will look back over at Ivy. All that long way away. And then nod and then say yes.
Well, please place your hands upon him. He will fight back. In a moment, you look up and see the weather begin to rumble above. There's a giant hole in the ceiling of the church, and then through it, you see the clouds begin to almost blacken above you. And so it begins. You hear the cultist say, "The flesh must be remember the storm." The cultist begins to raise rods from her robe and slam them into Xerxes' hand, almost pinning him to the board. Lightning begins to kind of static in the air as the two rods that were placed get struck with lightning. I need everyone that is touching Xerxes to roll a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. So Ashen and Vandal, please roll that Con 16. Thank you.
Wow.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, as these rods kind of act as a conduit for it, it comes back and shocks your hands. As this is going to be 46 lightning damage, 18 lightning damage.
React with absorb elements.
Yes, it's half now, correct?
I'm going to twin it for Vandal.
Can you twin it?
I'm fairly positive I can twin spell absorb elements.
I feel like
let me look at that. Actually, let me look at that.
I think twin spell is only a sorcerer thing, if I'm correct.
Did you see the feat I took because we leveled?
No way. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, twin spell. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right, yeah, that gets twinned. And as you kind of react to this, you barely interact with Vandal, as now it is half damage, correct? Or is it all absorbed?
It's whatever. It's 3d6 worth of damage, so it's 12 damage that we're going to absorb for
Okay.
the ultimate damage. Yeah.
Sounds good. As this happens, the cultists don't even react. Their body is already reinforced with the love of Talos. Now, the cultist opens a rift. You hear the mixture of primordial with that of a tongue of a god. But what you can make out is call back what's scattered. The cultists, as this chant ends, all of you are taken into a space. You need to all make a DC Wisdom saving throw, that being Ashen and Vandal.
Is it wisdom?
What kind of 7 though?
Yes, Wisdom.
Okay.
19. You do not take damage from this, but you do get ripped into a mind that is not your own. You see a vast desert of ashen gold, its dunes scorched and broken, and in the center a village burns. But the fire does not consume like normal fire, it holds shape. Faces of fallen twist in agony inside the screaming. Among them, you see what you can only determine to be a young Xerxes, blade blooded, kneels before a shattered shrine. His hands shake. His mouth is open, whispering words you do not recognize. The fire stops, and the sand begins to bleed molten light. A shadow of smoke and burning glass tower over Xerxes, and you hear the words of what you can only decipher to be a god of sorts. So bold, so desperate, I like that. A shriek of fire plunges into Xeris' chest. His screams do not echo, it resonates, as though the desert itself remembers it. His skin splits with golden runes, and his eyes turn to coal. I need everyone to roll another DC 17 Wisdom save.
I forgot I had these at advantage because of my cloak.
You're good, you're good.
Oh boy, I needed it.
And dodged in that one. Regardless, you're going to take 6 psychic damage, as now you are pulling deeper into this rift, going deeper into Xeris' mind. There's a shift, and now you see Xeris returned, rising from flames like a phoenix of wrath. He walks among burned bones of slavers, what little remains of them, that is. Ash pours out from him, and chains hang like melted wax. But behind him, you see Jakar elders watching in silence. Not in awe, not in gratitude, but fear. One of them, the matron with a silver mask, raises her staff. Her voice cracks through the wind. You have become what we feared, Xeris. Pyrax walks again in your shadow? You must go. Xeris' face is unreadable, but you do get a flicker of pain from it. He quickly buries it, though, and he bows. But even that is scorched with fury. You hear him say, "So be it." As he walks away, the embers follow, clinging to his footprints like guilt. I need everyone to roll one last Wisdom 17 saving throw.
No.
Ashen, you're going to take 12 psychic damage. Vandal, you as well. This is the last bit. You feel the rift kind of crackling with lightning, and the vision itself gets affected with storms brewing ahead. You see Xeris in solitude, crossing a dune beneath a blood-red sky with lightning screeking across it. His back is bent under the weight of an obsidian urn, which pulsates with a dim fire. From within, whispers claw at the edge of perception, almost like Pyrax is taunting Xeris. So much strength, so much left to burn. These chains must be broken, Xeris. Do you feel it? My prison, your soul cracking. Xeris clutches the urn. His skin begins to blister from the heat itself, and he begins to scream into the desert wind. But no one hears him, not even the god he once prayed to. His shadow flickers into something twisted, horned, flamed, and you are snapped back. This was a successful second stage of this ritual. As you begin to snap back, you see the rift above opened up, and you see Xeris standing there, looking back. And the cultist now is going to stay. You need to grab his soul. Someone needs to reach into the rift. Whoever would like to.
Can I cast Enlarge on Vendel?
If you would like.
I'll look at Vendel and cast Enlarge. He will increase by one size category.
Okay. Not Xeris, sorry. Vandal, are you reaching in to grab Xeris?
I will, yeah.
Okay. As you reach in, you need to roll. You're going to have to roll a couple checks here, but the first one is a DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
All right.
21. Whew! That is really important. As you begin to reach into this, your hands are instantly numbed, and you feel, or the only thing you feel is the pins and needles of wrath as lightning courses through. Ashen, you see, as he puts his hands through, they are instantly burned from the lightning, but you shake and push on. You hear the cultists say, Vaktu tal kamar Xeris, korek talus zalhar nu vertash. And they are chanting this over and over and over. And I need you to roll a DC 18 Charisma saving throw.
Alright, 1 second. Oh my god, I
Ooh.
can't believe I rolled that.
Ooh, 20. Vandal, you get affected by this lightning more. You take an additional 6 lightning damage. Low roll. Wow. Ashen, you dodge this effect. But as this happens, you see the cultist break her prayer, grab the fragment, circle his heart one more time, and stab it. You see Xeris jolt from the lightning. One more time, a lightning bolt strikes this fragment. I need everyone to do a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I
Low
don't
rolled that.
have anything.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
12. Oof. What are we looking like HP wise?
I'm at 29.
Okay.
42?
Okay. Thank God. All right. This is 21 lightning damage that just rips into the corpse, but from this, you hear the faintest breath of Xeris. Xeris, I need you to roll a d4.
Shit.
Xeris, you here? 3. Perfect. Okay. As you awake, you hear the grumble of a god. This will not be a blessing for you, boy. And you see his voice change, almost from a feminine to a higher up, kind of grounded, guttural voice, and it changes rapidly. This will be a shackle. Enjoy. As you are bursted awake, rebirthed through lightning, you feel your hag-infused arm sear as you hear the hag scream in your head disappear. As her voice disappears, your arm engulfs in flame. And as it calms down, and as you fully rise, you see your hag-infused arm gone, cleansed even. You are awoken. Up. You see all the cultists around cheer. You hear them clapping, more crying, more thanking Talos, the fanatic. Now placing her hand on Xeris' heart where the fragment was stabbed. And as she removes it, Ashen, Vandal, Xeris, you see it is now infused within Xeris. The one to awaken has been done. Xeris, you are alive.
Ashen is struggling to hold himself up on the table. 2 hands down on the table, looking at Xeris.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
You all right?
Ashen will give Xeris 2 silver.
Glad to see you're alive, friend.
I'm glad to be alive, I guess. Where am I?
There's as you look around, the cultists here are all just almost bawling their eyes out, and the fanatic places her hands on your back, almost praying to you in a way.
There's gonna push her off immediately.
Yeah, she just kind of stumbles on the ground and she just looks at you with almost kind of like mildew-eyed in a sense, but just more memorized at your presence. We've done it. You are the man of prophecy. We've waited and waited for you to come.
Prophecy.
You
And what is she
might,
talking about?
I'll quietly whisper to Xeris, be like, you might have gained some fans.
They're all looking at you more of like a way someone would be worshipped. They avoid touching you now, simply backing up, almost like they're not worthy of your presence.
So, what's going on here? Glad to be back, but this is not what I expected.
Well, you are alive, are you not?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm all together.
If, perhaps I'm not the best individual to see on your first awakening. I imagine not many people want to see my face when they wake up from death. But perhaps we should make our way back to town and we can talk about this.
Yeah, this place is creeping me out.
Here is the 2 silver that I owed you for the drinks.
I mean, I didn't expect to get this, but thanks. Oh,
And then I'll gesture to Vendel.
Yes.
I'll kind of whisper it into Zaris' ears. You might want to tell your fan club to hang out here for a little while.
yeah.
And as he catches up, more importantly, don't follow us.
Zaris, as you make your way here, they simply are looking at you like you've granted every wish they've ever had. One even in the frontier. When the world caves in, I will remember this day. His eyes are wide looking at you. I will remember the day you were born. Today.
Uh, stay away from me.
Zaris, they don't grab it, they touch your urn. And normally you're used to someone's hands getting seared at the very kind of inches away from the urn, but they're all touching it unharmed. And as you look at your urn, the blue fire is now replaced with lightning coursing within it.
Gonna move it out of arm's reach. Just hug it tight.
Okay. But as this cultist leaves, Vandal, he doesn't say anything, but he looks at you. And he looks at Zaris. And he simply says, "Good luck on the remaining time." And that is it.
Just gonna I'll stare at him with a curious eyebrow.
Ashton will hold up a book threateningly. You know there's a dissertation in this.
Leave. You'll need all the time you can get with him. Lily threats with me will not savor that.
Does that mean you'll be willing to help me with my treatise here?
No.
Perhaps a composition, an exposition, an appraisal.
No. Enjoy your time. And he just waves. And he turns and makes his way to join the rest at the front.
How rude. He'll just follow Zaris, all beak up.
That was strange.
Zeris. Above table, I recommend you speak to your patron.
Right.
But do it at a time you think is appropriate.
Yeah.
While everyone kind of started walking out, they kind of see Ivy mid prayer, but I guess as she hears like the door opened up, she kind of turns back and sees as they walk out with Zeris. And she just kind of sits there for a bit while tears swell up in her eyes. And she's like, Zeris, I'm glad to see that you're doing okay.
Yeah. Let's see, everyone made it out. Except, me,
I guess I kind of examine the rest of them as well to kind of see their conditions. From because I like know that rituals could be kind of physically taxing.
Yeah. What are you trying to examine? Sorry.
I don't know, just to their physical well-being.
Yeah. If you would like to use the book, you could have advantage on this too.
Yeah, I will.
Religious investigation, you choose.
Religious investigation. Okay. You said advantage.
14. As you kind of peer into this, you know quite extensively about the dark rituals. I mean, you were taught to stop them. And as you look upon Zeris and you inspect the fragment that is now beating at the pace of his heart, he is a conduit, like the literature said, but it is almost like it's dimming slowly. Almost like the speed of which your magic flickered when you removed that curse.
I kind of just look at it very worried, just like the magic in this is very dim. I only wonder what could that mean.
Vandal. As you begin to kind of follow up on what Ivy's here, saying, you begin to think on the threads and they appear. Zeris' thread is now smoldered. As you look and look from where it connects to where it ends, you see almost like a rope is being burned. Slowly, the rope is disintegrating and getting closer to Zeris.
As I'm seeing this, could I try to reach out for it at all?
As you begin to reach out for it, it simply just goes through your hands. But what you do notice is the porcelain mask of the Raven Queen watching you. She does not say anything, but you can almost feel like she simply expects you to watch. Not interact, not change, but to be a spectator of the rest of Zeris' fate.
I'll just stare up at her, kind of in a sad but somber look. I understand. I'll just accidentally say that out loud.
What do you understand?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking out loud.
Well, this is a weird place.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just happy to have you back.
Grateful you all brought me back. Even if I am a little tired.
Yeah, I could imagine you're probably pretty sore.
Are we moving now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ashen
Yeah.
will make a tensor's floating disc for Zeris if he wants it. Just quietly.
Nah, I want to walk a bit.
He'll dismiss it.
All right. As you guys begin to travel, Zere's kind of walking along the caravan. Can you roll? Actually, there is no rolls. Zeris, behind you, you see a storm almost chasing you, grumbling in the distance, forever following. The others, you do not see this storm. Simply a cloudy day. But for Zeris, the cracking of lightning and thunder gets louder with each second.
She's cracking, kicking. He speeds up the pace. Just walking faster.
No matter how fast you walk, this will trail you. And as you begin to think of ways to distract yourself, you can't help but think that the things around you look imperfect. The grass you paid no mind to prior to this resurrection now seems like a prime target for a wasteland. The mountains you look upon, honestly, you feel as if they would look better flattened, riddled with lightning. You don't know where these ambitions are coming from, but you just feel a almost resentment to nature itself.
There's just kind of looks around, trying to divert his eyes, just stares up at the sun. Hey, Ashen. Still got the disc. I think I want to meditate a bit.
Yes, absolutely. And then I'll bring up the disc again.
All right. What are you doing in this meditating?
He'll close his eyes, set the urn on his lap, and just begin to enter the urn.
It is painful as you are ripped into this world. The dunes you are used to, now raining constantly like a downpour. Above, you see crackles of lightning crash in the sky. The fire that Pyrax had before standing in front of you, that was slowly being corrupted by the hag, is now being dampened instead. He looks at you, and you don't know if it's tears or if it's just the rain, but he speaks. Zeris, you fool. What did you do?
I came back. I'm
You
here.
did.
More to do.
You did come back, and now you see him rubbing his eyes, kind of walking back and forth. You've doomed yourself, boy. You've doomed yourself.
Well, at least I have some more time to walk.
More time, more... Zeris, do you not understand what happened?
Not fully. But I know I ain't got much time left.
Fuck yeah, you have nothing left. Yes, you got rid of the hag, and that is good in one end, but you are now a conduit of Talos. And as you look at Pyrax's body, the very chain that held the Banshee is almost flashing into your eyes as lightning begins to coil around his feet, pulling him into the sand slowly. That heart of yours requires more power. A conduit simply does not exist. It needs sustenance.
Uh,
You're going to die.
I know. Well, for my struggling this entire time, I would have been dead a long time ago. How do I get you out?
The pulling into the sand stops for a moment. Well, if we're going to look at this objectively, let's just do what we fucking can, yeah?
Isn't that what we've always done? It's worked out
It's worked
all
out.
right.
I think you get these fragments of Talos and you'll need it to consume them, to put it bluntly. Listen, someone else is chasing those fragments as well. If you can be the conduit for them and take the blunt end of that in your last moments, I'm not going to stop you. I'll be here to the end, or as long as I can be.
Thank you. Truly.
You seem a bit more calm than I'd expect a mortal to be. Impending death, waiting for you in God knows when. And you're simply just the stoic Xeris.
Well, being dead really does a number on you. I've blinked
la-
long enough.
He laughs. Oh. You surprise me, you know. Our first interactions were that of rage. I scorched your skin.
Fond
But you
memories.
You found a family here, didn't you?
I found something I want to protect. More than anything.
Well, if that isn't the only positive, really scorched that fucking hag, I want you to know. Oh, you should have saw the fucking look on her face. She was thriving in your death, honestly. She was scheming away. I was getting sicker by the minute. And then when that lightning came crashing down, oh my gosh, incinerated.
Wish I could have seen it.
Wish you could have. With that, he puts out his hand to you in a handshake.
He
Till the
offers it
end.
up. To the end.
As you shake his hand, you are pulling from the genie respite back to the world. We can end the session there if anyone, or if no one has anything else to say.
Would Ashen know the hag hand is gone?
Everyone
Actually,
would see it.
I would say I think Ashen is probably busy suffering right now, but yeah.
Yeah. But for those that have known of Xeris' hand, you see he is now missing half his arm. I think it was the right arm?
Yep.
Yep. Half his right arm is gone. But we will end it there.
Nice.
Fun session.
Welcome back.
Session. Yes, welcome back, Varys. You know,
Welcome
it
back,
seems like you
Varys.
have limit.
Pause the map just to make sure I have everything cleaned up, but then would be good to join.
So,
Don't even
Zeus,
say
how did you
it.
enjoy speaking to me?
I tried to be as robotic as possible.
Thank you, actually.
As much as a corpse can be.
Yes, as much as a corpse
Yeah.
can be.
You could have like put some water in your mouth so you could sound a bit garbled.
Sounds like you're drowning.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's too logical.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm not getting into the role play, Zaris. God, not dedicated enough.
No.
We're gonna talk after the session.
I don't appreciate how not serious you're taking this. All right, sounds good. Session's back up and running then. All right, get in your character headspace again. But Zaris, as you break out of this bottle, the storm follows still. And now with this realization, you see it as your own timer. The closer this storm creeps in is the closer you will be to your final breath. I will keep moving through here. The first rest is probably right about here.
That's our first rest. As hurt as Ashen is, he will attempt to set up camp and ritual cast alarm around the area.
Sounds good. As you do that, you notice that there was a lot of life around you prior. A lot of nature. You would see squirrels running through trees, birds napping. Now it's all gone. You cannot see to the end of your vision a single animal.
That'll cause him some moment of pausing. But he'll resume securing the camp, but then he'll probably go back to the camp and just plop down in the middle for a moment and listen.
What are you trying to listen for?
The problem is that, generally speaking, out in these fields, there'd be a lot of sounds. And
Correct.
it sounds like there is nothing.
Nothing.
And so he's listening for a sound.
You roll a perception check.
Well,
It's hard, or actually, it's not that hard because there is no noise. The single noise you hear is the whimper of a wolf running away from your camp.
who's near me?
What's up?
Is there anybody in particular near me?
There's no. I mean, besides the party, no one.
Yeah. Just who's near me in the party?
Probably everybody.
Yeah, I assume that we're still grouped up.
Yeah. Is Vandel there?
I would assume so.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just mention how strange it was, so quiet, and yet I heard the whimper of a wolf running away.
It's very odd.
You know what's odd?
What?
Sit and listen with me,
All right.
and then he'll kind of gesture to the whole party.
As you all listen, it's dead quiet. The only thing you hear is the wind kind of pushing the taller planes. Almost like you're being avoided.
Could I sniff the air for anything strange?
Go ahead.
Would that be perception or investigation?
Yeah, with advantage. Whatever you want. Investigation or perception.
Okay,
If you're
perception.
sniffing, it's advantage. Oof. You know, you're used to smelling the kind of nature of things, right? The rotting corpses of a squirrel that just got unlucky. But even here, it is like pure isolation. And as you kind of, if you want to roll an investigation, you can too.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll probably roll one sec.
You realize that there's almost like the smell of like right before a storm following Xeris. And wherever he walks, it just the etch of loneliness and almost isolation follows him.
This area is oddly quiet. It's a bit eerie, to be honest.
As much as I like to run my beak, this is quite unsettling, even for me.
Reminds me of worn torn land after a great battle. Just nothing. Would if I were to use my storm rune here, would that have any interactions?
Go ahead.
Okay. It's like the prophetic state. I feel like would be more like immediate future, kind of. If it's
Regardless, you could roll a investigation, arcana, or perception with advantage, just for this sake.
okay. So I'll try maybe an arcana.
Okay.
Just kind of, you guys just kind of see me. My eyes kind of glow, kind of a white hue, and I'm just trying to get a feel for the area, like what could be affecting all this. 2 3s.
Mm,
The only thing you can get is that almost like the air and nature around Xeris is recoiling.
well,
It's like you're not very popular anymore.
I never really cared for animals. So I see this as a positive.
You know, I can see your point of view. Actually, it's quite positive if you want absolute solace. I only want to mention that there is absolutely nothing at all in this area other than us.
Well,
Doesn't sound like solace to me.
Not even the wind wants anything to do with you.
I mean, I hate to ask this of you, but you wouldn't mind flying up and checking the area. If there's anything.
Ashton will take a stand and nod, and then said, "Most certainly." And then he will go and attempt to fly up, if that is even possible.
It is. And as you begin to fly up, every bit of edge of your vision, there is not a single bit of life besides the nature around.
And then I'm guessing the nature is moving away from Xeris.
Correct. You see a few foxes running, and almost like their life depends on it. You see deer tucking away into places that are straight out of their territory. And this follows for any animal that you see.
Ashen will stay in the air to observe for a little bit before he comes back down. And when he lands, he'll look at Xeris, he'll look at Dandel, and everybody in the party who's there, and then just kind of take a seat for a minute. And then he will start a fire and pull out a little bit of tea. And then he will mention that in an unusual and illogical conundrum. Yes, conundrum. Everything appears to be running away from us.
I think it's more Xeris they're running from.
The logic tells us that we'd be foolish not to accomplish the same. Not that I plan to run from Xeris anytime soon. However, it is quite strange that foxes and deer and pigeons and snakes and rodents, they all seem to be heading in the same direction, and it is away from Xeris.
It's no coincidence. It has something to do with the ritual that was just performed. And most likely the shards that we are collecting.
Funny enough, it reminds me of a forest fire.
All right. Is there anything else we want to do before the long rest?
No.
I'll set up alarms. I'll do ritual cast
Sounds good.
alarms all around the area. Yeah.
Xeris, when it comes to the beast-like creatures, you have advantage on intimidation checks. Or sorry, you will have a +3 to intimidation checks. When it comes to intimidation checks all around the board, you have full advantage on it.
Awesome.
Nice.
That said, you guys begin to rest in Xeris. It's not done yet. As you begin to close your eyes, I need you to roll a d20.
Ooh.
You dream of a storm. You standing in the middle of an ocean on a single wooden plank. It ripples you, throwing you into the ocean, and as you kind of breathe for air, another wave crashes on top of you, suffocating you almost before you grab the plank and pull yourself up. This goes on for hours and what almost feels like years. You awake about 4 hours later, only getting the benefits of a short rest. Every 7 days, you will have a nightmare. You will roll a d20. If you roll above a 10, you will have the long rest. You roll below a 10, it is a nightmare that prevents you from resting. But that is it for the night. Xeris and Ivy are actually not it. If Ivy, you see Xeris as you awake, kind of almost jolting awake from this nightmare. If you'd like to do anything.
We just kind of just check on him to make sure that he's okay. And then just, I would just kind of just go back to doing whatever I would do.
Okay. Most part, you just see him. Go ahead.
So I guess while I'm also like waiting for the others, I guess I would use the tone to, I guess, like with my knowledge of us collecting like the shards and like what the words of the letters would say, kind of see what the tomb could kind of tell me
Okay.
what would happen if we were to collect all of the, if like Xeris would collect all of the shards.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's really nice. Roll with advantage, but you get an additional +2.
Okay.
Why do you get a plus? Pause real quick. Why do you get a +21 to your hit dice? What the fuck? What the fuck?
I rolled a lot of hit dice.
Holy shit!
I see.
56
Oh my
HP
God.
back. All right. All right. With your teachings, you've heard thousands upon thousands of stories of champions, of conduits, of fragments of power of all types of gods, and on your mission, you've gained an ample amount of knowledge of what is going on. That said, 3 fragments of Talos, if they ever were to combine, would be a rise of godhood, like Ella said. But where they're placing now and how they're interacting with each other, You know that fragments do not activate unless the potential of a god's revival is in motion. These activating means the conditions have been met for Talos awakening. These fragments are, if in any other hand, would bring a catastrophe that would ruin Faerun, completely destroy it. Now that Talos has awoken.
With that information, I guess I will kind of just sit on it for a bit and just wait for the others to wake up before I share it.
Okay. As morning comes, sun breaks through the clouds, lighting onto the party with the flames that have smoldered. Everyone wakes up. Ivy, what do you do?
Well, I kind of gather everyone together as we're setting out for the day. And just like, I know that we all understand how serious collecting these shards are, but I kind of just want to give a bigger. I did a little bit more research last night and discovered that it is like 10 times more vital that we make sure that we collect the rest of these shards. Due to us reviving Xeris with the shard, there's now a higher chance that we can reawaken Talos with Xeris being like the vessel for it. And I kind of just share everything that I discovered with them. And just like, I guess it's definitely more important than ever that we find these shards, the rest of these shards, at least.
Would he be able to control himself if he became this vessel?
You're not. It would be more of awakened Talos. The awakening of him. Xeris would just be the vessel. A shell almost. Well, I think godhood. I guess godhood. I don't really understand how godhood honestly works.
You
It
follow
would.
God.
I would like
Yeah,
to.
not that kind of god, sir.
Ivy,
A
you do
logical.
understand that you were kind of on nail on the head there. Xeris would simply be a conduit. The moment everything is in
Let's
line
go.
and the conditions have been met, Xeris will be Xeris no more.
Yeah, okay. I was like, yeah, it basically he would be no longer Xeris, but Talos.
To add on to Ivy's theory, a logical deduction to be made here is that we do not wish to create a god, and it appears that we might potentially be on the path to do such a thing.
But if Xeris doesn't get those shards, doesn't that just spell his doom? His death?
Well, he has a shard. I don't particularly know what happened to the other shard. I think Xeris had that shard too.
We only collected
Oh,
one shard.
Yes, you've only collected one. There's still two remaining in the world.
Yeah, we only had the mirror, so we had the mirror and the shard.
Yep, the mirrors show where the shards are located. Just for above table knowledge, it would now
Yeah.
show the kind of tribal area with the infected people surrounding a fragment, and then another one would show a damp cave with the laughter of hags echoing.
Hags, plural.
Correct.
Well, it's fortuitous for us that we just so happen to have a shard in Xeris, who is as Ashley looks at Xeris and kind of looks him up and down, who's quite an intimidating individual, but I feel like he's friendly on the inside once you get to know him. Maybe I haven't quite proven that theory yet, but regardless, we know we have a shard. We just have to find the other two and prevent the other two from combining.
That is just all I had to share, and I guess we could continue on with our adventure if you guys are ready.
Okay.
Sure.
As you guys go, I would say you get to Lelian relatively late. About, I'd say 10 p.m. We're pushing it. Upon arriving, there's guards there. I'm so sorry, you're getting bullied here a little bit. But as this happens, in the moment you take a step on the border of Lelian, the bees that Ella control begin to swarm you fully. Your entire body is kind of circled with them. And the guards, not really understanding what's going on, pick up their spears, trusting the bees over what else or whatever else has happened. One of them speaks. What's going on with him?
I ask that
Ashen
you
will. No,
put your
go ahead,
spear
go ahead.
down.
Put my spear down, you say? Listen, I don't know what's happening. They tell us when something's an issue, and when you first walked through here, they were already suspicious, and now they're looking like they're ready to attack. What is going on?
Should probably
I
go
add.
get the bee lady.
Agreed.
Sorry for interrupting.
I ask that you get the council.
Right, and you don't fucking move, right?
Do I look like I can?
The bees continuously, like every step you make, you see their stingers like out. And one guard runs to the council room. It takes about 10, 15 minutes as you see Ella, which I will spawn here. Kind of step out, and in a rush, she sees the bees and how they react. She pulls out a dagger. It is just simply holding it, reverse grip. What happened?
Well, we acquired a shard of Talos.
Oh, it's simply. She hasn't noticed it in your chest. She rolled a very bad perception check. Net 1 to be specific. Oh, you're here to bring it safely into the council. Okay, I'll get it prepared and simply meet us in the meetings room. And you can see she's exhausted, so she doesn't really pay mind to what else. She simply just tells the guards to let you through. Now they step to the side.
I'll look at Ivy and Zaris, man, and I'll just look at the party and be like, well, technically, from what I know of Zaris, it is logically in a safe place.
I think
Is it not?
we should continue to go and convince her of that.
How many scorching rays can you cast at once, sir? 6?
Let's not ask that question.
And then Vendel, you can turn into a lichen, yes?
You sure can.
Yeah, and then I can enlarge Vendel and Miles, yeah? Make them much bigger.
Wait, if you were to enlarge me while I was already large, what would that do?
I think you'd be monstrous.
What do you think?
Holy.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. As you go, the bees do not let up. They are just like swarming around Zaris like you've kicked a nest. All right, let me pause and make sure the map looks decent enough.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. I'm loving that idea. Big old Miles. I think it's huge after that. It's
Yeah, it
large
is
and then
huge.
huge, and then
Mhm.
huge would be monstrous.
I mean, you'd probably be as big as like a T-Rex at that point. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Basically, I just automatically succeed strength saving throws.
Get
Get
a
an
plus,
extra
like,
500 damage. That'd be insane.
Flop, you said kaiju Miles.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
I have certain tricks up my sleeve, as you guys have theoretically put together. But more importantly, I think we need to find a counterspell.
All right.
Let's focus on that.
As you go, pretend this map is night, as it is my only map. Um, it is quite dark. The only light in the area is oil lamps lighting the way. Ella just kind of ushering you guys through into the meeting room.
Oh, Miles appears to be glitching.
Cannot compute.
You see one guard. He looks exhausted. And he goes, yeah, make your way. They're there.
Tough
Zerus?
shift.
Tough fucking shift. I've been here for 16 hours.
16. God damn.
Zerus, you might want to convince them that the shard is safe in you. As we make our way in.
I'll try my best, but if things get out of hand, we're gonna have to run.
Well, if they get out of hand, they're going to get out of your chest. And then I'll gesture to
No.
the room.
As you make your way in, Boar is trying to maintain face. You see him tired, but postures up, and he's just trying to see that he's not, like, kind of faking it. Ashen, you notice that Auntie is using kind of illusionary magic to look more awake. Ella is not hiding it at all, as kind of bees tuck around the room. She speaks, hello, we've been discussing on a plan for Trader Networks for almost a full day now. We haven't agreed upon anything. Please take a seat. It'd be nice to shift the conversation to something more promising.
I'll use my own illusions to summon coffee in front of them.
Is it real coffee?
If they believe it's real, it's real.
Well, fair enough.
Vote coffee.
That's the
Is
nice
he-
part about illusions.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say Boar reaches for it and like it just phases through his hand and he clears it. He's like Let us discuss. Let us discuss.
Oh, you didn't believe hard enough.
He didn't believe hard enough. Ella speaks. Xeris, do you mind explaining where these And she looks upon your heart. And she's stunned. She doesn't speak. She just looks at you.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, lots fucking happened. What the hell is that?
Well, it's what's keeping me alive currently.
What?
We had
You're-
a very tragic accident. We used the shard to bring Xeris.
Auntie just starts laughing and Boar, are you fucking serious? Listen, I understand the life of a comrade more than anyone, but using a shard to revive him, you're one of faith. Please tell me you recognize how insane that was.
Trust me, I very much did. I didn't participate in breaking back. I don't think I could live for myself if I did.
Fair enough.
But
Kind of like rubs his forehead. Tell me it's at least stable. Any side effects?
I would just look at Xeris.
I would say it's stable, somewhat. I hear a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning.
Oh, great.
But that's about it.
Ella kind of. You see she's investigating you quite heavily. You don't know what she's investigating, but if you kind of just want to hide anything, I would roll just a general deception check, if you'd like.
Yeah.
She is gonna roll insight with advantage.
Well,
Ooh. Okay. One moment while I roll. She rolled 25.
Ooh.
She's kind of looking at you up and down, and as you look upon the walls, you see the bees ready to attack at any moment. It's fading.
you could tell.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, if that fragment dies with you, sure, that's fine. It's tragic, truthfully, I do not want to see you go. But if we must. Have you come to terms with that?
About as much as I can.
Yeah, that's also relatively understanding. Do you see her eyes just kind of wandering the room like she's trying to figure out what to do? Okay, the other fragments remain. We still have time with those. We just make sure, and she's like rambling at this point.
It's just well, slow down. Let's look at this logically. Zeres has the fragment, correct? And so by
Correct.
proxy, that means we have the fragment. And so it is what I would assume to be safe, because in order for the fragment to be taken from Zeres, it would have to be taken from me, it would have to be taken from Ivy, it would have to be taken from Vendel, and it would have to be taken from Miles.
She looks at you. Roll persuasion.
Kind of back him up on this and like help
Shit.
him,
Well,
you know. So
Uh,
You can
That
help
does
him
make
if you want to help
sense.
him. This is with advantage.
Yes. But like it is very much safer with us since it's directly in his chest. You know,
Either Ivy,
there's
you can roll, or Ashen can roll again.
I don't think you want me to roll
I'm
because
gonna
I have a
go with-
-1. I have a -1. I'm about to. I have
oh
a
man,
-1 in persuasion.
the worst the characters with the worst persuasion are trying to persuade. Okay, this is great. I'll roll again.
So,
Let's see where this goes. Uh, uh, uh,
Oh, see, there
15!
you go.
That just meets the DC. You see her struggling with it and just like really weighing her options before she speaks. Ashen, look at me. Be as honest as possible. Do you think this is what the Harpers would want?
Ashen will look back. No. What the Harpers would want is Zeres to be dead and the fragment in their hands. With that said, I feel that Zeres is an extremely formidable opponent and that he will fight to the death before he even thinks to give up this fragment. And let me ask you, how many Harpers can stand up to Zeres?
And looks at Zeres. Zeres, you see an understanding kind of insight on you. Fair enough. Boris speaks up. This is ridiculous. We put him in jail and he sits there while his party gets the rest of the fragments. I'm not going to stand while this fucking walking path of destruction goes around and collects more. Who says he's in control? What happens if he grabs another one? Does it just combine and make things worse? If you guys want to say
Then
anything here.
then I suppose our duty is to bring the other fragment to you guys.
Ella speaks. We've been working with the church to do any divinations if possible to understand, and I think we have the next one. But it's not in the cleanest of places. She opens the Swords Coast map, and by the mirror of the dead man, you should see a red circle. That is where the next fragment will be located, but she kind of... Oh, that's Lillian, not the bar. As she kind of speaks here, these people recently, in the past 5-6 months, have been under the effect of a plague. They didn't know that this was something they held. We would have taken it much, much sooner if we had any idea what they were holding, but one of our scouts went to investigate him. We haven't heard back in weeks. But we did get his head in a bag with an emblem of a sword and a snake coiling around it, carved into his forehead. I think that was a fair message. If you were to trace another fragment, you would be going into a land we have no idea about.
Do you know of anyone that may have been there before?
Yes. There was a... They are primarily lizard folk, and they had a chieftain. The chieftain, last time we spoke with, he had a very rudimentary name, as the tribe is simply named Razor, but now, of recent, we have no idea of who could be the chieftain with this plague running around. I would feel as they're more separated. I've attempted to also investigate with my swarm. I did get a little bit of information of kind of... Right, the last thing I saw was almost a gladiator pit things and fighting for entertainment. But nothing out of line of what we expected due to it being a very more tribal, brute-esque tribe.
I don't suspect Bombastine would have much information on that either.
But it's best we got right now for information. Actually, I apologize. Auntie, if you will. She goes, oh yeah. Well, I sent in Major Illusion just for additional scouting. They took him as a slave. It was quite a time. They ambushed the caravan I put up. It was all an illusion, of course. And when they ambushed him, they put him in cuffs, brought him to, or attempted to bring him to their home area, and then I dispelled it because I didn't want to risk my life any further. So, I mean, as harsh as it sounds, you could either attempt to brute force it, sneak your way in, or slavery is always an option.
Lizard folk, you
Absolutely
say?
not.
Pardon, Ashen?
Is it lizard folk, you say?
Correct, lizard folk.
We'd rather not resort to slavery. However, if that's... I'll glance at Miles. I can craft an illusion that could perhaps get us in, so to speak, much in the way Auntie did it.
Could work. Be ready for them to understand when that is dispelled. They're not going to be a happy camper, especially since I already did it to them. They could be more prepared.
If I could make an assumption, it sounds like Miles doesn't like slavers. Are they prepared to deal with him?
We'll see. And we'll cut it there because they're just pushing a bit. So cut it at the information of the new quest. Thank you guys.